You've probably been called intimidating at some point, and it never quite made sense, because you weren't trying to be. You walked into the room like everyone else. You were polite, you kept to yourself, and somehow people still acted a little careful around you, like they were waiting to see what you'd do. Maybe someone admitted it to you later, that they were kind of scared of you at first, that you came off cold or stuck up or hard to read. And it stings because from the inside, you were just being quiet. You weren't judging anyone, you weren't planning anything. You were standing there with a completely ordinary heartbeat, wondering why everyone felt so far away. Here's the part nobody explains to you. What people read as intimidating usually isn't coldness at all. It's a handful of signals you send out without ever choosing to. Intimidation has almost nothing to do with looking scary. The person who unsettles a room is rarely the loudest one in it. It's quieter than that. It's a way of carrying yourself that other people can't quite file away. So some part of their brain marks you as a question mark just to be safe. We relax around people we can predict. The one who fills every silence. The one who laughs a little too fast. The one who keeps checking your face to make sure you're both still okay. They're easy to read because they're constantly signaling that they're safe. So when someone doesn't send those signals, when they're just calm and self-contained and not performing for anybody, it leaves a small gap that nobody around them knows how to fill. So here are 7 signs you're doing exactly that without realizing it. 7 things you probably file under flaws that other people quietly read as presence. Stay with me to the last one, because it's the one that gets under people's skin the most. First, you're comfortable with silence and almost nobody else is. When a conversation hits a dead spot, most people panic a little. They laugh, they reach for anything to say, they fill the gap as fast as they can, because the quiet feels unbearable to them. You can just let it sit. You're fine inside it. To you, that's nothing. But to the person across from you, it's strangely loud. While they're squirming, you look completely at ease, and that quietly flips the whole dynamic. Now they're the one over-explaining, talking too much, trying to win back a reaction you were never actually holding back. They walk away feeling like you had the upper hand the entire time. You didn't. You were just okay with a few seconds of nothing. But ease with silence reads as control, and control is the first thing people find intimidating. Second, you go still, and you hold a look a little longer than people expect. You're not trying to stare anyone down. When something matters, you just get quiet and steady, and you actually look at whoever's talking. No fidgeting, no glancing at your phone, no scanning for the exit. Most people break eye contact every couple of seconds because being really seen makes them nervous, and watching someone that closely makes them nervous too. So when you simply stay there, present and level, it lands heavier than you ever mean it to. People start to feel examined, like you can see the thing they're trying to keep hidden, even when you're not looking for anything at all. You're just paying attention the way you'd want someone to pay attention to you. But real attention is rare enough now that, on the other end, it doesn't feel gentle. It feels like a spotlight. Third, you don't hand out constant reassurance, and people don't know what to do with that. Listen to how most people talk, and there's a whole layer running underneath the words. The quick nods, the big smiles, the laughing at things that weren't jokes, the rushing to agree. It's a steady drip of, please don't be upset with me, we're fine, right? You tend to skip most of it. Not out of rudeness, you just don't perform it on autopilot. You react when you actually feel something, and you stay neutral when you don't. But because you're not flooding people with those little comfort signals, they can't get a clean read on where they stand with you. And not knowing where you stand with someone is its own slow kind of stress. So they work harder for a smile, and they read your calm as a verdict you haven't even handed down. You were never judging them. You just don't fake warmth you don't feel. Fourth, you say the real thing while everyone else is still circling it. A group of people will tiptoe around the obvious for 20 minutes. Nobody wants to be the one to name the tension, or ask the blunt question, or point at the thing they're all pretending not to notice. Then you do, usually without even meaning to make a moment of it. You just don't see the point in the dance. To you, it's efficient. To everyone else, it can feel like the temperature dropped, because you walk straight into the spot they were so carefully avoiding. People who do a lot of social smoothing find that genuinely startling. It strips away the padding they lean on. They start choosing their words around you because they get the feeling you'll catch whatever's underneath them anyway. That's not aggression. It's just honesty with the cushioning removed. And a lot of people sit up straight the first time they meet it. Fifth, you stay calm in the exact moments other people come apart. When something goes wrong, when the news is bad, when the room tightens up, your instinct is to go quiet and steady instead of loud and frantic. You deal with it. You think before you move. From the inside, it just feels like coping. But to everyone watching, it reads as power because most people match the panic of a bad moment. And there you are, steady, already working the problem. That gap is enormous. People can't tell if you're fearless or just impossible to rattle, and both of those unsettle them. They start to assume you know something they don't, that you've seen worse, that you can't be thrown. Sometimes you're steady because you genuinely are, and sometimes you're steady because you learned a long time ago to go quiet under pressure. Either way, all they see is the stillness, and stillness, where everyone expected panic, looks a lot like strength. Sixth, you don't chase people, and they can feel it. You're not the one sending the third text, hovering for a reply, working to be chosen. If someone pulls away, you let them. If a friendship needs you to constantly prove you care, you tend to just go quiet and let it fade. Not out of coldness, you simply don't beg for a place in anyone's life. The thing is, most people are at least a little used to being chased, and your version of not doing it throws them completely. They can't tell if you're independent or just not interested, and that uncertainty itches at them. They start wanting your approval more, reaching out more, trying to work out where they actually land with you. Your self-containment, the part of you that can be alone without unraveling, quietly makes other people feel like they have to earn you. You're not running a strategy, you're just not afraid of losing people. And almost nothing rattles a room faster than someone who isn't scared of being left. And seventh, the one that unsettles people the most, you're genuinely fine on your own. You don't need the group. You can sit alone, eat alone, show up to things alone, spend a whole weekend in your own company and not feel like you're missing a thing. To you, that's just peace and quiet. But to someone whose whole sense of safety runs through being included, a person who doesn't need the group barely computes. Because if you don't need them, there's nothing to hold over you. They can't pull you in with approval, and they can't push you with the fear of being left out, because you already made your peace with being on your own. That's the deepest reason you read as intimidating. Not because you think you're better than anyone, and not because you're cold, but because you're not desperate to belong. And a person who can walk away and genuinely be okay is the one person nobody quite knows how to hold on to. So, lay the whole list out, comfortable in silence, steady when you look at someone, not constantly reassuring, honest before it's comfortable, calm when things go sideways, not chasing anyone, fine on your own, not one of those is cruelty or arrogance or some defect in you. Every single one is just self-containment, a person who isn't auditioning for the room, and the discomfort other people feel around that was never really about you. It's what happens when someone bumps into a person who isn't working to win them over, and they don't quite know how to place it. For years, you may have taken all of this as a proof that something was wrong with you. Too quiet, too intense, hard to approach. But it was never a flaw in the way you connect. It was presence the entire time, getting mistaken for a wall. So the next time someone tells you that you seemed intimidating at first, you'll know what they were actually picking up on, and you'll know it was never the insult it sounded like. And if any of this landed a little too close, if it sounded like you, or like that one quiet friend everybody slightly underestimates, you already know who needs to hear it. Pass it along, subscribe, and we'll do the next one. Because the flip side of all this, the reason some of the calmest people are the ones carrying the most underneath, is a story worth telling too. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.